Story time. This should be interesting. Alright. Our tale begins. In high school, my stepsister and I constantly found ourselves with a lot of idle time together. We'd come home from school and it would be just us for a few hours. Both of our parents, her dad and my mom, traveled a lot, so we often had the house to ourselves. On the weekend, we'd throw parties, have friends over. For the most part, we got along. Late one night, following a party, she came into my room just as I was getting into bed, and she asked if she could sleep on the floor. A friend of hers has gotten wicked drunk, puked and passed out in her bed. There were people sleeping on the couches and in the guest room. She had no place to sleep. I offered to give her my bed and sleep on the floor. She told me to move over and crawl into the bed with me. We talked for a while, laughed about our events, and smoked a bowl. Both of us had struck out with our respective crushes. They actually ended up hooking up and leaving together. I was making fun of her crush because he was a fucking tool, and she made fun of mine for being a superficial cunt. Yes, I had the same conversation with my sisters. At one point, she dropped the pipe as I was passing it back to her. Ashes spilled all over the sheets. She got up and wiped them off while I teased her for being clumsy. She was wearing a t-shirt and these hot little pajama pants that made her apple ass look great. She got back in bed. I packed another bowl. She was moving around trying to get comfortable. When she was slapping the sheets back, I had a raging hard-on tending in my boxers. She giggled and laughed at first. Then she made a comment about my size. She flicked it playfully. It responded. "It's not you," I said. "I know. It was." She turned away, sorry, bad in English, away from my curled up little. Her ass was hanging out of her pajama pants and pointing at me. Every time one of us shifted, we slowly moved closer to each other. What the fuck? After a minute or so of silence, she said, "We could do stuff." "We could," I said, "but we shouldn't." Should we? Probably not. By this point, I was almost touching her butt. She moved and felt me. "We're not blood." We talked about it a bit. About how we could do stuff, some stuff, and how we shouldn't do some other stuff. "No sex," she said. "Just fun stuff." "And no kissing," I said. "That would be too weird." We had established the rules. She was practically grinding her butt against me. She turned and grabbed me, pulled me out of my boxers and started playing with me. She was a little rough. We both were pretty inexperienced and was doing it all wrong. I tried to correct her. That's when she said she wanted to watch me. I said I wanted to watch her, so we watched each other. We didn't cuddle or anything after, and she was gone by the time I woke up the next morning. I didn't see her all day. That night, all of our friends had gone. She came home and found me swimming in the pool. We talked for a few minutes, but not about the night before. She went inside. She said she'd be in her room, doing stuff. There was a look she gave me that I'd come to know. What the hell? That night, we went down on each other in 69. It's your sister, dude. That was what we mostly did every now and then. At first, only our parents were gone, but then it became more frequent. Eventually, it was almost every day after school. The first time we had sex was an accident. She was giving me a massage on my bed when I flipped so she could work my front. I was tenting like mad. She teased me with her butt at first and kept sliding it and forth across my body. I was poking out of my boxers as it kind of slipped in. She asked me if she should stop. I said she should. She asked if I wanted her to stop. I said no. From there, sex became as regular as oral. There was a period of about 2 weeks where we fucked every day. That was when we started kissing and sleeping in the same bed. That's when she got pregnant. She didn't tell me at first. I noticed something was different about her. She was getting fucked up almost every day. She denied it, but I think she was trying to miscarry. Once she told me I offered to do whatever she wanted. She asked for money, which I gave without hesitation. Her friend took her to the clinic. She told her it was some random guy she had hooked up with. We stopped fooling around after that. Things were only awkward for like a week or so before we got back to our original stepbrother-stepsister relationship. I started dating a girl she didn't like. She dated a guy I didn't like. We were passively aggressively trying to make each other jealous. Why? What? Whatever. We're both dating someone the other doesn't like. We only see each other a few times a year, but when we do, we're careful, take precautions. She's on the pill. I usually pull out unless she doesn't want me to. Nobody knows except you. Reddit. Whoa, hold up. You guys are still fucking? Holy shit. Whoa, that's a plot twist. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we found a romance story more romantic than Romeo and Juliet. The story of how this man... What's his name? Something. U/delete it. Big man, your romance story has inspired millions. Sleeping with your stepsister. Still to this day, honorary. You earn the Medal of Honor. From me, brother. Just kidding, you're fucking gross.